ready to chug some beers and make some bad gambling picks. Welcome to ChuggieBets.
I was saying, I just swallowed it.
That's the right thing to do in that scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just rude not to.
Yeah.
You were
Gentlemanly
thinking
thing.
about him. You were thinking about him as well, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really all you can do.
Good protein.
Just consider it.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to ChuggieBets. We've got the whole group here today. I'm Andy. That's Al. That's Danny. That's Sunshine. That's Matt. We're going to give you picks for Week 18, talk about some of the things that have been happening. But before we get to any of that, let's chug a beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy New Year's.
Happy Gap Day. New Year starts tomorrow.
Happy Gap Day. I do have a serious question I want to bring up to you guys.
What is Gap Day? Is that your question?
No, Gap Day is this rare January 1st where nothing really happens. We're in like limbo, right? There's not paradise. There's no hell. You can do whatever you want right now, and you know hell's coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Basically, what it came from is there's this guy on TikTok that like redid the calendar and made it 13 months, 4 weeks.
I
But
gotcha.
then there's one extra day, so like you get a gap day at the end
I
of the
gotcha.
year. And it's
So-
not Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. It's just like gap.
Because you said it this morning, and I was like, oh, maybe they're talking about gap wedges because they're golfing today. But then you said it again here, and I was like, this is not golf context.
No, we were talking about the calendar thing, and then
Yeah.
Joey was like, New Year's resolutions, all that shit shouldn't start till January 2nd.
Agreed.
So we're like, yeah, January 1st is a holiday. Everybody's off.
It's like a cheat
like-
day, but it's not cheating because you're not cheating anything because you didn't make your resolution yet.
So your New Year's starts tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Basically, I told Joey I was going to do dry January, and he was like, it's not January, it's gap day. And then
we
by the
drank
back
on the
nine,
back
he
nine.
convinced me.
Danny, I know you're a tough sell. You do not buy in easily, especially when it comes to drinking. So he must have really
They went from,
seasoned
"I'm
sets
not
for a reason.
drinking," to
Back
buying
nine continues.
shots.
Ooh, we got Ric Flair strolling up.
I do have
Sonny,
a
give
question
me
for
a
you
woo.
guys. Are you born a face paint on your body, like fan, or is that something you develop? I always feel like that's the weirdest level of fandom. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna be the T in Texas.
Are you thinking of like the Liberty fans today that had like the clown makeup on?
Yeah, it's weird. I love fandom. Fandom is what makes sports.
It's nurture versus nature.
Dude, it's
I
just
think
it's
A
just
household
the
that
Venn,
does it, and it's just all you ever know.
it's just the Venn diagram of like nerds and football fans who like to cosplay. That's it.
Okay,
real simple.
okay. I
So-
like that.
Way back in the high school days, I imagine you two were two of the other letters, but we did it for a girls volleyball game. They went to like districts or something, and we put our school's initials on our chests. Were you were one of the letters, weren't you, Matt?
I was, but
Yeah.
so I may have been born that way. I'm just saying, for professional football, right? High school football, girls volleyball, there's some cheekiness to that, right? If you're just going to game 16 of Cardinals versus Panthers, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Or you're like, I gotta be the R in Cardinals today. Today
Well,
I'm Cardinals.
Well, Matt, for one, not everybody has season tickets, so maybe this is their only Cardinals game that they're going to at all.
No
Yeah.
way. This is a one-timer. This is not someone who goes once and wears the chest paint. That is a genuine.
Well, my thing too is like, like in the Texas game right now? Like, are these dudes drop like $1,000 on a ticket to go paint themselves like idiots? That's crazy to me.
One.
Me also. No, go.
Two. Matt, you mean to tell me that you went to multiple girl volleyball games in high school?
Oh, dude, I
Oh
love
yeah,
myself.
Dude, we used to go
Support.
all over to watch. We would go to away girls volleyball games. It was any excuse for a long drive where I could smoke cigarettes.
You know, I forgot you guys had a graduating
this is
class of
fair.
like fucking 12.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There were dozens of us.
And the crowd was going mild.
the crowd is going
God,
mild.
going mild.
Dozens is about all you could say though, because there wasn't 4 dozen.
No, there were three plus dozens.
Mhm.
For me, I take my team's losses like really hard. Like I get really sad, and I
No,
feel
not me.
like-
I'm totally cool.
I feel
Definitely,
like going
definitely
home.
didn't stay up till 2 a.m. fuming on Saturday. Not me.
Like walking
very
out of the
normal.
parking lot, like I feel like being painted is gonna make me sadder. Like it.
Like
Just
man,
take off my
man's
hat and throw it.
found in a detention pond with like a Miami Dolphin back tattoo.
I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it, most fans cosplay. We're wearing somebody else's shirt.
Yeah.
Understood. There's levels to that shit, though, right? I
Yeah,
think there
and
is
some people take it really
introductory
far.
cosplay. I want to know if that person is like, are they raised in the painted chest cloth? Did they see their father was also a letter R for the word cardinal?
I honestly think it's just a fun hobby. That's all I like. It's some people they go to Disney World and they just wear like a stupid Disney shirt. Some people go in themselves. I always wear the stupid Disney shirts.
Yeah.
But then there's people who like dress up like fucking Minnie Mouse. And swear jar, damn it.
I think I like to think it gives me joy to imagine that these people just always are painted. So like you'll be like walking into a Publix and the bagger is that guy and he still has like a Gator G painted on his chest, but you don't see because he's got a shirt on over it.
At any moment, just
Always
rip it
ready.
open and be like,
Yeah.
If anybody's spelling out anything, he just has the G there ready to go. And if it has the G in it, he's like, I'm your guy.
So in that scenario, do you think they paint their chests different for every scenario, or they're always the R in cardinal? Like if they're going to their job, are they like wearing their company logo, like say like some county?
No. It's always like the Cardinals are.
Matt, you go to the Renaissance Festival, right?
I do, and I do dress up. So I
Okay.
You
cosplay.
dress up a little bit, right? But there's definitely people there who take it a whole lot farther, right?
Yeah.
That's all these people are. They're taking the dressing up as their team a lot farther. I
get it, and I
Do you think it's just a way to like silently announce that you have friends? That like I at least have like 4 other dudes who were like down to do this with
guy
me.
walking by with an R on his chest. He was all alone, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
assume he has at least how many letters are there? 6 more friends.
Yeah.
He doesn't, but he tricks you into thinking that he does.
Oh, like the long with the high school's tall tale where it's like 3 they spray painted 1 2 3 on all the pigs, but there was no 2 pigs, so they spent the whole day looking for the pig with 2 on it. But yeah, just like that.
The worst is being like the A in Miami because you only have 2 other friends and they just repeat themselves.
Mia, Amy.
Like they have to run around him. Right? They start on his right. And they run around.
Leapfrog.
Miami. Got it.
I appreciate those people. I think they make the atmosphere at the games more fun. So
I do too.
cosplayers, NFL cosplayers, college football cosplayers, keep doing it. We love you.
I'm not judging it. I just want to know what goes on in your life in order for you, like this is it. I thought it was something bequeathed from their parents down. Like
My dad
was always an R. Now I'm an R, and I hold this down to my son will be an R.
It could be. I mean, I always just assumed that they were like drama geeks or whatever, and this is like it carried on. I mean, Andy was a drama geek. Did you ever go to an Illinois game with an eye?
I did not.
No.
They also won 8 games over the 4 years I was there. So.
Did you go to a basketball game as an I?
No, I should have. That would have been fun.
So to get the seats to where you're the face
Andy,
painter
tell
guy,
them about your
at least in
self-esteem.
Miami,
Let's talk
you had to
about
wait in
that.
line forever, and we were bad. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the best letter to be G? Hey guys, I'm a G.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, absolutely.
certainly L would be the worst, right?
Yeah.
Probably like 1995, Andy. Probably in 1995, that'd be really cool.
I would think for me being an I would be bad as a fat guy because you got to be the O if you're a fat guy because the I is very not slimming.
Yeah, but what do you do about the belly button? Do you incorporate it? Do you ignore it?
Ooh, good question.
No. You
gotta
draw the
incorporate
O over it so everybody ignores its existence.
Yeah, like you don't notice the belly button because the like lettering goes right over it.
If the
That's probably
letter,
just
my belly button's so deep you won't even see it there.
If there's one thing I know about sleeping with men, Danny has a deep belly button.
He does. You think they
BBB, Danny
create
Bierman, deep belly button.
TBTB.
the people who create these letter groups that go to games? You're like, we just need the right O. Like they're looking for a bigger dude. He's like, you, my friend, are an O. Like you may not know it, but you're a fucking O. You're not an I for 1 second. They're
Like, hey,
Or like a W, maybe
Hey,
a
Johnny,
B.
They're looking
We're gonna
for
need
the
you to
Chris
put on 50 pounds before next season, Johnny, because we need.
We need the fat people to be the fat letters.
Every fraternity has a John Belushi or a Chris Farley wannabe that can show up as the O.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like these friend groups. I wonder if they go hunting for like eye body types and types. Like we need to fill out.
there's like a body paint combine. this guy's like a third round O prospect, but he's definitely a solid I.
It's so funny. Like as I'm hearing all you guys talk about this, I realize why none of these guys get laid.
They're painting themselves.
They're too busy searching for like that guy's an O, that guy's an I. They never looked at the girl to the other
They
side.
never
of
look
the
at like Kimberly and say that would make a good tea.
Do you think?
No,
there's
that
an
right
inverse-
there.
Yeah, I mean, there's limited
Palette.
palette available.
Is there
I
an
think.
inverse relationship with the frequency which you paint your body to how much you have sex? Like, is that what you're saying, Chris? Like, there's a inverse relationship. If you paint it more, the less sex you're having.
There's a level of confidence that
let me tell you
goes
something.
with.
I
That's a
have
level
no
of-
sex and I paint my body never. So maybe if I start painting my body, I'll get to have sex.
2024 resolution: paint your body more. See,
Let's talk about
Intimidating
those
keep
with
track.
measures.
confidence.
No, there's certainly a level of confidence and social capital that comes with going shirtless with your friends and painting your chest. So I think that that'll probably carry over into talking to women as well.
Sort of like
You know,
peacocking.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish it was
It's not
socially
perfect,
acceptable to go
lame.
bottomless. That would be more entertaining. I feel like just a bunch of
Oh, yeah,
dudes with their dicks out, t-shirts and dicks out.
It's
Winnie
called Winnie
Winnie the
Poohing.
Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh,
There's a
baby.
Reddit for it.
Winnie the Pooh.
To all of our
Yeah.
listeners, if you're like 5, go to the
Just picturing like
Johnny
5
Motley.
drunken hairy dudes just hanging and wanging.
You'll find a picture of all of us there hanging and wanging.
Do you think there's a difference on that one too? If they painted the letters on their dick, they're like, "You're a perfect dough," like someone with some girth.
No, I was gonna say they do that to track losing streaks.
I love when I
L,
feel back
L,
and guys
L.
like, "You're a perfect Q."
I'd definitely be a J.
Don't even need the paint. Just
Lowercase j, lowercase l. We can, we can spell Jill.
I could dot the I. Is that?
Ooh, important job.
Danny's got the deepest belly button.
Facts
All
are
right,
facts.
because we're talking about some of the teams that got eliminated this week.
Honestly, I want to keep talking about this. Let's go. Oh.
All right, so the first one we've got is the Raiders have been officially eliminated this week. It made things interesting, not having a quarterback and firing their coach. They played well after that.
Can't
Are we
argue
doing
with
the
you
Sanders?
there. They played better.
Yeah, Matt, you got a
Garoppolo's
sandwich?
not it. McDaniel wasn't it. So they made the right choice to move on. But I don't know who.
The fact that they won, what did they win 5 games or 6 games or something, and they have Aiden O'Connell at quarterback for at least like half the season, it seems. That's honestly, they should have. Well, one, they never should have hired Josh McDaniels, but 2, that should be Antonio Pierce's job. Just period. No search needed.
Unrelated question. I always get corrected that Mike McDaniel doesn't have an S. Does Josh McDaniel have the S?
He has an S.
Yeah.
Josh
Okay, so it's
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels and Mike McDaniel.
And which one of
so-
them is black?
Ooh.
Trick question.
Which one would be the O?
Ooh. It's Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can't believe they haven't given Antonio Pierce the job yet. Like Aiden O'Connell, it looks like Farva's body double, right? Like in Super Troopers, he's just like every small town sheriff that never left. But here's a compliment sandwich. Hey Raiders, you're getting better with Antonio Pierce. You should definitely give him the job. Your problem is you had Josh McDaniels and Aiden O'Connell, but you'll probably have a good draft pick and you can get a quarterback now. So to the Raiders, cheers.
Jeez.
He does look a lot like Farva.
He really does, right? He's got that Farva.
Like, I thought you were being mean, and then I googled him, and I'm like, no, it is like comically pretty
I don't
close.
want a large Farver. I want a goddamn
Goddamn,
Miracola.
Miracola.
He looks like he cosplays as a highway patrolman for sure. So
Yeah.
Probably
All
on
right.
the highway.
So, rest in peace to the Raiders. We also have the Bengals were eliminated. Sunshine, would you like to give a compliment sandwich for the Bengals?
I do. And thank you, Andy. Thank you for picking me because I wanted this harder than I wanted any other ones. And
That's what she said.
that is exactly what the shitty city of Ohio said to the other city of Ohio. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say about Cincinnati is they're affordable. It's a high quality city. It's a great place to settle down. And maybe the best place to settle down. I don't know.
I would definitely say it is a great place for settling.
Are you on Zillow?
Are you in college?
Are you in real estate, Sonny?
Yeah.
Cincinnati, you're better than Cleveland.
Hey, I'm just saying, Cincinnati be balling hard.
Okay.
No.
Balling.
They have a lot of great things about their city. One of the great things about their city is if you're hanging out in Louisville, you should go hang out in Cincinnati. That's the truth. All right. So now on to what the fuck is going on with you guys, man? You guys
Pour it on.
With Jamar Chase, everybody. You had a guy that fucking killed a guy. You're the real deal. All right. And then we'll just, what the fuck is going on with you guys? I'm sorry, I had to come back to it.
Yeah.
That's important.
Fair.
Oh, all right. And you have a good zoo. Thank you.
Ooh.
Too.
Does the Kentucky River, or whatever that river is that runs right between those two, does it still smell like absolute dog shit?
Isn't it the
You know
Ohio?
what? I was so drunk.
Is it
Ohio,
on fire?
Smell it.
Wasn't it on fire for a while?
No, that's
Yeah.
Ohio.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's probably the same river.
Well, cheers to the Bengals.
Cheers.
Oh, by the way, and anybody that's listening, it's affordable. Great place to live.
Safe place to raise a family.
If you're looking for a modest 3-2,
Call Sunshine.
555.
All right. Next, we got the Broncos. Would anybody like to give a compliment sandwich for the Broncos?
Matt, didn't you used to hang out in Colorado
Sure.
a lot?
I did. Not an affordable city anymore.
No any good real estate.
You want to pull up
Good
the
public
Zillow?
schools, very good quality of life, but it's gotten much more expensive. It has grown as a metropolis, which is great for people who already own property. So kudos to Denver. We're doing Denver, right?
Go homeowners. You gotta have a lot of friends to spell that one out.
The bad thing is, you guys are
Two O's,
cutting
though.
out. That's
And a W.
big fellas. Come on down.
And a M.
And a W. W is the big boy letter.
Yeah,
for
W.
sure. You need a W body type. It just was a bad season. Sean Payton did see improvement under this team from the 50-point loss at Miami, and you saw them improve week over week. I don't know what's going to go on with Russell Wilson, but it seems like a sticky situation there, and I don't know what the solution will be in the future there. Fun fact: when you go to the Denver airport, there's a giant
Lucifer.
Bronco statue. Yeah, and he has red eyes. Did you know that Bronco statue has killed 3 people?
Yeah, Illuminati.
No, when the master welder was putting it up, he was trampled by it. It fell on him because it is giant. It is like a giant metal statue. And 2 other people were killed in the assembly of that statue. So Denver, you got that. You've got a statue that's killed a shit ton of people.
There's also conspiracy theories that there's a vast network underneath it that leads to an underground bunker. My buddy John is super into the Denver airport.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Matt.
Maybe
Matt,
it's killed more than 3.
Hey, Matt, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say about their housing? And
I told you the housing is not that affordable, but the quality of life there is so exceptional. It's probably
Matt,
worth
Matt,
the extra
we have to
cost.
sell them on the air. How does it feel when you breathe the air up?
It is
Weed
nice.
is legal, so breathing. the
Yeah,
air is-
that's most of the air you breathe.
They also have the worst hail in any city I've ever been in. They have commercials actively about hail damaged cars. And I was like, come on now. How often does the hail come? It comes a lot, and it comes over the mountains, and it's like rocks falling out of the sky, and it happens far too often. But you can get a good deal on a hail damaged car, like 30% off. So that's good.
Matt, thank you for bringing that up. And who is our hail damage guy out in Denver that listens to us?
Terry.
It's Jim.
I do want to say, Matt, we can all agree the Dolphins whooping the dog shit out of the Broncos was definitely the reason. That was the moment Sean Payton was like, Russell Wilson's got to go. We're done.
I think it happened then. Like that
like
game.
at
That
halftime, he was like looking through the contract.
Yeah,
for sure.
that was.
He didn't have bad numbers this year, though.
No, but I think the whole thing with Russell Wilson is he thrives when he's improvising, and you can't build an offense around that.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's my thought.
Pete Carroll seemed to.
Yeah, but Pete Carroll also seemed to do pretty good with Geno Smith, who we all thought was terrible until Pete Carroll got his hands on him. So I think really the secret is Pete Carroll's really good.
We're really excited about Jameis Winston going to Seattle.
Andy's the biggest Geno hater on this podcast. I love him.
No, Andy loves Geno. Geno's his favorite.
He just bets against him every week and lost so many times last year.
I did. Lost so much money.
This year, yeah.
All right. And lastly, the Bears have been eliminated. The Chicago Bears. Would anyone like to make a compliment sandwich for the Bears fans out there?
I'll do
Chicago.
It nobody has.
I'll do it. I got it. So Chicago, your pizza sucks.
That's a great compliment to start.
What part of compliment sandwich do you get?
Your pizza sucks. Your team sucks.
The
sandwich sucks.
The compliment's going to be in the middle of this sandwich.
Okay.
I got nothing nice to say about Chicago.
Perfect.
All right. I can't believe I fucked that up so bad.
You're good. Keep going. Roll with it.
All shit. No compliment.
Oh my gosh.
Your pizza sucks.
Really?
I still think you have a really good quarterback, but your coach is such shit that he can't figure out how to gain offense with him. You should fire him. So those are my.
That's the turds.
So
The competition
Chicago-
quarterback is
Chicago.
the good thing. You have a river.
Chicago.
I don't
Okay,
like
really?
it, and it's got.
Thank you so
ugly-
much.
I like Chicago.
Atlanta
I like
appreciates
Chicago.
it. Your hot dogs are fucking awesome. Your pizza.
What's the
sucks.
liquor there? What's the
Malort.
liquor there?
Malort.
Oh,
Malort.
Okay.
Malort.
That is not good.
don't talk about it.
Malort.
It's changed the
I do have a
lives.
question for you. Is there a coaching name you feel less confident in than Matt Eberflus? Eberflus sounds like a loser.
I
right?
mean-
He doesn't sound like a career winner at all.
Who's
Started out
Shane
with a Matt
Steichen?
already.
That just sounds like a loser too.
Eberflus. Oh, that Eberflusian offense.
I'm Matt Eberflus. Where's my clipboard?
Mario Cristobal.
You mean Manny did?
Yeah, except
All right.
Manny's
Well,
got
those
a
are
new
the eliminated
opportunity.
teams. Yep. You guys ready to get in the picks?
Yeah, sure.
yeah. Let's roll.
Let's fucking do it.
What the fuck, Matt? All right. Thursday and Monday night games are over for the year. We do have 2 Saturday games. And the rest are on Sunday. Saturday at 4:30, the Steelers going and take on the Ravens. Ravens on a little bit of a hot streak. Danny, what do you got for us?
Well, in the tradition of taking the under in the first game of the week, we're going under 37.5. Also, it's supposed to be like windy in Baltimore or some shit.
Yeah, I think the assumption is that the Ravens are going to sit their most important guys. They've got the 1 seed locked up. They got nothing to play for. So, yeah.
But Pittsburgh does, right? And I
do.
know
Yeah.
I think Baltimore would take great pride in removing Pittsburgh's hope. I don't know if there's anything to
Also,
that, but
didn't the Ravens lose to the Steelers? I might be making
it
that
was
up.
the Browns.
Oh, maybe it was the Browns I was thinking of.
Yeah, but I say that to say I like Danny's under. If the Ravens had something to play for, and Lamar and Zay Flowers and all those guys were going to be out there, I don't know.
No, they did lose to the Steelers. So also the Colts, Steelers, and Browns.
Wow, so they're
Sorry.
the opposite of the Dolphins.
Yep.
Yeah, I really wanted to bet on the Steelers here, but then they're like 4-point favorites, and I'm like, I don't know how many important players are going to sit for Baltimore, who still has a really good defense. So this might actually finally be the Thursday under that hits. So And
It's
I'm
on
not playing
Saturday.
anything.
It's not
Saturday. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
First game of the week under.
Yeah.
All right, so Danny's on under 37.5.
Yeah.
The nightcap there on Saturday, 8:15. The Texans going in to play the Colts. Al, why don't you kick us off on that one?
Yeah, I'm going to take the point with the Texans on the road. I think with CJ Stroud, I think the Texans are probably the best team in that division. The Colts, I don't know how they keep winning games. They're fine. They should be like that 9-8, 10-7, and that's like where they are now. So add a L to the loss column there, and that should be right where they fit in. The Texans are like legitimately good. Their defense is feisty, and their offense with CJ Stroud is dynamic. So seems like an easy one to me.
I love this game because it's a loser leaves town match. You
Yeah.
rarely get the winner goes on because they will automatically clinch a playoff spot, and the loser leaves town. Yeah, there is iterations where they can also make the playoffs too, but it's less likely. They need whoever wins this will be in the playoffs. So this is a very fun matchup, and Houston's better. Take the 1 point and let's go to victory and see Houston in the playoffs.
Yep.
I'm also on the Houston +1. I just like CJ Stroud, and he's going to play. So Houston has something to play for. I don't know what it is.
D'Amico Ryans is coach of the year too.
No.
Hands down. No.
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Man Campbell. He's coming for your kneecaps, Matt.
Yeah, he's gonna eat them.
Yeah, doesn't matter how many ass cheeks you have. Sunshine, do you have a play on this one?
Yeah, I took the over for every reason these guys said. Texans are great. Colts seem to always win. Should be a higher scoring game. I'm taking over 47.5.
All right.
I love it.
Moving into Sunday at 1:00, the Browns are playing the Bengals. Chris, we're going to fight on this one. I'll let you go first, and then I'll tell the people why you're wrong.
Yeah, so when I logged on tonight, I saw that you took the over of 39 and the Battle of Ohio, so I took the over.
You took the under.
Doesn't matter. It's whatever you didn't do.
Feels good.
Yes. So you did this just to fight me, which is probably a good move, based on how I did last week. We are finishing the season not strong, but I'm going to go over. Neither of these teams is finishing the season with the quarterback that they thought they would. But defenses can put up points too. Bad teams can, fall their way into points. So I'm going over 39. That's too low. Also Sunday at 1, Tampa Bay, Carolina. Real quick before we get to the pick, do you guys see that the owner of the Panthers threw a drink at a fan over the weekend? Has there ever been a worse look for an owner?
Yeah, for sure there has.
Really?
Do you not remember Dan Snyder? Just all of it? as a person?
I was gonna nominate Jerry Jones, segregating schools. Wasn't there a picture of
Marge Schott with her Nazi propaganda museum that she had when she owned the Cincinnati Reds?
Okay.
But it is funny though, because Matt and I talked last week about how Dave Tepper has perfectly supplanted Dan Snyder as the NFL needs an absolute awful human being as the flag bearer for the owners, and he's the new Dan Snyder.
You guys are missing the two best. There's two NBA teams that were owners that were forced to sell their teams.
That's true. What's his name? The guy who with the silly rabbit.
Yes.
He's got AIDS.
What was his name?
Who are you guys talking about? What teams?
Clippers and then Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were talking just NFL, but yeah. Donald Sterling was the Clippers guy.
Donald Sterling, yeah. I don't.
Oh my God, the all-time greatest quote from a courtroom ever belongs to Donald Sterling. It's this whole excerpt, and he's talking about how he had a hooker or call girl or whatever in the back of a limo, and he's and she would just touch me and it would feel so good, and just to feel her mouth on my member and stuff, and it's like go like for like a paragraph, just like going into detail, and then it's like, sir, the question was like,
State your name.
yeah, and it's like straight up. Oh my god, I'm gonna find it. It's so good. Oh my god.
All right. So, Sunshine, I think you have a play on the football game that's happening.
You're right, Andy. I sure do. Hey, Tampa Bay has been like their play throughout the season has been elevating with Baker Mayfield and everything going on, and the Panthers have just sucked. And
Sorry. I'm sorry. This is so good. I have to cut you off, Sunshine. I'm going to read you the full quote in full. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Transcript from Donald Sterling's 2003 deposition. Well, I fool around sometimes. I do. When a girl seduces me and tells me all these hot stories and dirty things and tells me how much she wants to suck on me and takes my shoes off and licks my feet and touches me. When I'm in a limousine, she takes all of her clothes. The limo driver said, "What's going on?" And she started sucking on me on the way to Mr. Coon's house. And I thank her. I thank her for making me feel good. Sir, the question was, is this your handwriting? Oh my god, I'm never. It shit just lives in here. It's never gonna leave my brain.
Oh, wow. All right.
Big play.
Sorry, you're gonna want to go ahead and include that quote in full in the description for that episode.
Oh, that's getting clipped.
That's SEO, high quality SEO content.
So that's all the reasons you should lay the points of Tampa Bay, right?
Yes. Ergo.
Because
Ipso
of
facto.
Baker Mayfield, is this your handwriting? So Baker's been good this year, right?
Yeah.
He has been good.
Not last week.
He has been good. They've been a fun team to watch. Yeah, last week was not good for them, but this in Tampa Bay needs to win this game. Win, you're in. And then Atlanta and New Orleans is deemed useless, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. But
Atlanta is most certainly useless. And New Orleans, let's just get rid of it.
did we learn? Hey, Chris, have we learned about the Desmond Ridder experience? I know you were very high on this.
I'm really
Stood up for
excited
the
to have
Desmond
Justin Fields as our new quarterback. I think he's
yeah.
the way. Mm-hmm.
I do think so. I think that would be an interesting experience. Desmond Ridder is not that guy, huh?
When has a quarterback clearly failed in one city and then with no break in between gone to another city and succeeded? Is Steve Young is the only one I can really think of who failed in Tampa?
So you're saying
Geno Smith,
a quarterback that failed
no,
somewhere
no,
and then
he
succeeded
said-
elsewhere?
He
Yeah,
said no break. In
But Steve
between.
Young also had a break because didn't he sit behind Joe Montana for a year?
Joe Montana.
Brett Favre?
Yeah,
Favre.
Buckhead Brett.
Atlanta to Packers?
But no, he was never successful in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying.
Did he start there though, or did he just fail to get playing time?
I don't know.
I think he started for a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ryan
But-
Tannehill.
but-
there you go.
Ryan Tannehill.
There you go. No break. Ryan Tannehill's an excellent example. Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys are too hard on Tannehill in Miami, and I guess probably a little too high on him in Tennessee. But I think it fits the bill.
Well, he never won a playoff game here, and the only time he got to the playoffs, he couldn't play the last 5 games of the season because he was hurt.
Can I just offshoot?
It's 7 or 8 years. So
This is a quarterback-driven question, and it doesn't have anything to do with teams necessarily. But who is your favorite quarterback, and why is it not Ryan Fitzpatrick?
well, my favorite quarterback is Tua because I've always said all along that he's the best.
My favorite quarterback is Jameis Winston because the highs and the lows, when you combine, it is the most fun experience you can have. There was a meme that says it's like when you decide to eat Taco Bell. You know it's bad, but it sure is fun in the moment. And that is Jameis Winston.
Favorite quarterback is Dan Marino because I'm a basic bitch.
I mean, that was fun growing up with him.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford for me. The most successful quarterback for my favorite team. And
He's actually
then he
Yeah,
immediately left and won Super Bowl somewhere else.
I mean,
With
when
Bob
he was a
Greasy
rookie,
make
he
me-
did that thing where he broke his shoulder and then came back in the game and threw a touchdown pass with a broken shoulder. I think you're gonna just love him for the rest of his life if that happens
Yeah.
for anybody on my team.
Although if he ends up being the Lions' first round opponent, fuck him. I hope he gets fucked.
Team first.
Boo this man.
This is a perfect example of transition. And that's why we like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I do like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
I do too.
Little
I do
Fitzmagic.
You know, yeah, everything that I don't like about Kirk Cousins is the same things that like I do like about Ryan Fitzpatrick. Even though like they're not doing things different, they're like the same. Like I just feel like Kirk Cousins. Like I think of like Ryan Fitzpatrick coming out like the tracksuit jacket that's like half zipped with the chain, and then I think of like Kirk Cousins doing it. I'm like, he's a fucking tool. Ryan Fitzpatrick, awesome. Kirk Cousins,
I think
Same
Kirk
thing, same
leans
bit.
into being a tool, which kind of makes him cool, though.
okay.
No.
Owning your tooldom does make you cooler. If you're like,
Cooler.
that's just who I
Okay.
There's nothing cool about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Unless it's 3:30.
No, so like I think one of the things about Ryan Fitzpatrick that I liked was that he came out at a Bills game, like when he had like other
Came
shit
out?
in his life going on. Like he was like topless. It was like 25 degrees outside. It was snowing.
And he was like, I'm gay.
And
All right, so Sonny's laying the 5 with Tampa Bay.
Okay.
The Jets are playing New England in a totally meaningless game. Danny, what do you got for us there?
So just to not to move forward too fast, Ryan Fitzpatrick, while he was a quarterback in the NFL,
I guess
once,
just speeding along way too fast.
once bought a ticket to another NFL game and went and sat in the stands. Right? That's a thing
That's
that
what-
happened.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Sonny was talking about, the Buffalo game, right?
Where he said he's coming out.
Yeah. He was like shirtless in the
Oh, I
sun.
thought you were saying he was coming out when he played for Buffalo. You know, he played for everybody in the AFC East. So
Yes.
I thought he like walked out shirtless, like coming into the stadium. Not.
You might be able to take the word east off of that sentence, Danny.
he had a letter painted on his body if it ties the letter.
Oh, what letter would Fitzpatrick be?
Oh, X.
he's a B. He
X
could be a B.
factor.
Could he be an M for Matt
Certainly not an
Fitzpatrick?
A. He's a B.
Oh, no, he
No.
could be an A for athlete.
He's an S.
Ooh.
He's definitely an S.
Oh hell yeah! S is like a sexy body type, I think, right? Because it feels rounded,
It's like
but I think you need to have like all the shape in order to do it. Like an O is an O,
an S can
but
move.
an S.
Yeah.
Yeah, S can some shape to
So
it.
you need a solid, you need a firm palate for an S to fit. If there's too much motion, it can smudge and smush and not look
So
like
you
an
want,
S
you
anymore.
want hard fat is what you want. You want hard fat to be
Yeah.
an S.
Yeah.
You don't want that squishy stuff. And on that note, I'm taking the Patriots minus 2.5. You
Yeah,
don't want that squishy stuff.
I'm with you on the Pats for sure. I think the Pats won. I think their offense started clicking a little bit recently. Everyone still finishes the season strong for Bill Belichick and all that bullshit. But also, really, this is mostly because the Jets, I think every single person on the Jets staff from like top to bottom, like we're talking like owner to like janitor, like fucking hates being in that building. I think everyone is like just no one is looking forward to showing up to work on that team anymore. So
I completely
they're
agree with you.
phoning it in hard.
They're gonna fire everybody. Salah's gone, right?
I don't know if he's gone, but I would say definitely they're they're gonna hope Aaron Rodgers' foot works next year, and then they can tape over some holes for a year. But yeah,
Oh, he'll
So we're-
definitely come out and re-injure it in the first game.
I'd say
His up to
Zach
40
Wilson
million.
for sure is no longer going to be in New York if he's going to be in the NFL.
He's a guy I would try again. He seems like he can actually play when he gets a chance.
Buddy, you've had him
You-
once. We get it.
You're eye blind or face blind or something.
Yeah, Danny, I didn't realize you were a MILF.
So we're recording this on Monday night. Just a couple hours ago, we saw Alabama lose in the college football playoff. And I
What a
texted
goddamn
everybody.
shame.
And I
Am I
said,
right? It was a goddamn shame, Andy.
no, it was
I
amazing.
To
felt
see an
bad for them.
SEC team lose like that's
beautiful.
fucking
It's
bullshit.
beautiful. We're gonna give them
Well, and they're-
all Big Ten.
What kind of world do we live in here?
Chris, they are the best team. They deserve it. They should have been in the playoffs. Their offense was high powered tonight. 116 yards passing in today's day and age. Holy shit.
It's
Like,
fucking
thank
unbelievable.
God
Hey,
they got
what,
there.
Matthew, you're right. What were they even doing in a playoff game? Just sending them straight to the fucking
Because
championship.
it went to overtime with only 116 yards passed.
Danny,
Sorry,
I've had enough of your
I forgot we
bullshit.
were
We're
doing
talking
a
about
thing.
SEC
Sorry.
schools here.
I forgot we
Yeah,
were doing a
get
thing.
out of here, Danny.
All right.
Get out of here.
So when they lost, I texted everybody and I said, what if this is the last time we see Nick Saban? And I think nobody here is a huge Nick Saban fan. Some of us are anti Nick Saban. But the reason I bring that up is because what if we see the last of Nick Saban and the last of Bill Belichick within 6 days of each other?
Whoa.
Great.
Wait, so you think Saban's going out? I don't think you see the last
Retire.
of
He
Belichick.
would retire. He's not getting fired. That'd be dumb.
Who,
But
Saban or
might,
Belichick?
Saban might retire.
Saban.
Belichick is
Yeah.
going to be signed by another team. He wants his money.
He's going to the Chargers for sure. He will be in Los Angeles shirtless in Santa Monica walking out of someone's shanty instead of in Southie this time.
A little warmer.
I don't think anyone would want Bill Belichick. I think it's been made abundantly clear that he rode Tom Brady's coattails hard.
Wrong.
I'd be pissed if my team hired Belichick now.
If
would
I had
totally get
Justin Herbert
Belichick.
and I
I'm
just fired
Atlanta.
Brandon
I'm such
Staley-
a whore. Somebody write that down. Send that out. Post
Send
it
him to Atlanta.
everywhere. Hey, yeah, I'm a whore. I mean,
So-
I want it Belichick.
I do think Belichick's got the same like Jimmy Johnson vibe in terms of like doesn't wear a shirt and has like a very harsh tan. So like I think LA or Miami would be like where he fits, or Tampa.
Hard fat on Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Arizona. I could see him being like a.
Going to San Diego. It's like they fired Brandon Staley.
Why? There aren't any teams in San Diego.
All right.
He's going to
Vikings-
Saskatchewan.
The Vikings are playing the Lions.
I did.
Poor Andy. Poor Andy's trying his damnedest.
Yeah, but yeah, lay the 2.5 with the Patriots. Danny and I are on that. I'm
Wow,
also
that was a long
laying.
way to talk about that.
I'm also laying 5.5 with the Lions. I really wanted to take the Vikings here immediately after that loss to the Cowboys, but two things. One, the Vikings think out loud, especially with Jaron Hall at quarterback. I don't even know if they know who's playing quarterback for them this week, if it's him or if they're going back to Mullins or if they're going back to Josh Dobbs or if they're going to play a combination of them. I do know that the Lions are going to sort of galvanize around this bullshit flag that happened and really have a chip on the shoulder. So they're going to try and go out strong, win this game, go win in the playoffs. So there's no foot on the brake. It's all gas. So I'll lay the 5.5.
You think Dan Campbell's not going to take a week off?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Al, I have a question for you. You love the Lions and you love the referees. You saw that the referees got demoted, and none of those people are allowed to coach in a playoff.
Matt. I don't know if I appreciate you guys or if I'm more pissed at you guys I got 0 texts Saturday night. So I don't know if all you guys were just straight up did not give a shit about this game or weren't watching at all. But I was like, I was on like suicide watch Saturday night. It was bad. I was down bad. Your boy was down bad. Down very bad.
Al, I was in no position to make fun of any football that happened on Saturday.
Fair.
So I was not going to shit on anyone's day because my day had been properly shit.
I'll say this. I did look up where Brad Allen lives. City. I mean, it's not a big city, so I'm sure I
fans here owe him one too. So let's.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to rehash it, basically, the Lions fucked up by trying. They got too cute. They sent 3 dudes over there to pretend to report while only one reports, and then they got caught. They got caught with their dick in their hand because the ref called the wrong guy. But I mean, it's pretty clear that like the guy who's right in front of you telling you he's reporting is the guy and not the one who's like running on who reported like last quarter and isn't reporting now. I don't know. It's dog shit. I hate Brad Allen. He's like the worst ref in the NFL consistently, and he shouldn't have a job. He shouldn't ref another game.
Al, I do have a question for you. What is the stake for Detroit to win this game? Like, Do they improve their position, or I haven't looked at the
It's
full
no.
statistics.
They in theory they could win. They could take the 2 seed instead of the 3 seed if I think they need both Dallas and Philly to lose.
Okay.
Because since they lost to Dallas, that gives Dallas the tiebreaker over them, so they don't control their fate. And then so whoever.
So they could be second, third, or fourth.
No,
depending
they're
on-
second or third. They're pretty much third. There's not really anything riding on it for them. But I know Campbell said he's not gonna rest guys, and he's pretty pissed. So
They would be fourth if the Cowboys and Eagles both win and
I
they
forgot about that.
lose.
no,
I forgot the NFC
'Cause-
South has to have a home representative now because
because the Bucks have to be the 4th seed or Saints.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. At 1:00 also, Sunshine's Atlanta Falcons playing the New Orleans Saints, who I called a couple of weeks ago. We're going to win this division. I still think I'm right.
Still alive.
I think they're about to win this division. Sunshine, what do you got here?
Fuck. -3.5.
so that would be the Saints. I think is fuck in this example. I'm going to take the 3.5 from Atlanta. Atlanta does lose games big, but I feel like it happens few and far between. I do think this game will be fun to watch. Of all the 1:00 games, this will probably be the most entertaining watch, and I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to watch it holding a ticket that says Atlanta plus 3.5 because that half makes me feel real comfortable about this bet. So
I'll be holding one that says fuck.
It's always stupid how early in a game you know which side of the hook you're on. And like if you're on the right side or the wrong side. It's like after the first score of the game, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get hooked, or I'm in a good spot. It's crazy.
All right. And then finishing out the 1:00 slates, the Jags and the Titans in another one that has some playoff implications still. Al, what do you got?
Yeah, so also, there's more games in the 4:00 window than the 1:00 window this week.
I couldn't believe how many 4:00 games.
There's 7 games in the 4:00 window. That's insane.
And it's not just the 4:00 window. They're all at 4:25.
Yeah.
There's no 4:15.
Well, that's because they have to have the games played at the same time if they're like divisional.
Yeah, I don't want overlap.
So this week is the best of all season long, the best red zone weekend because you get all the 1:00 and a ton of floor clock games. Oh my goodness!
It's literally how they should do every week.
Why we should have opened it up with that. We should have said, "Hey guys, whether you like us or not, red zone this weekend."
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's your last handsome Scott Hansen fix for the year, also.
Everybody, make sure you cancel Red Zone on Monday. Do not cancel that shit all year round.
I like the music.
Cancel it Monday.
I put it on while I work.
Yeah.
It's very the orchestra music for the next 300 days.
Yeah, it's got a countdown.
So the Jags win the AFC South with a win at Tennessee. If they lose, they're likely out. I think it depends on the Steelers and maybe one other game.
So the Jags can tie, and Pittsburgh needs the loser tie. Or they need to win.
They need to win.
They really need
So
they need to win or tie.
So they're in or out. So make or break for the Jags. The thing here, so I'm laying the 5 with the Jags. That's the pick up front. I think they got the kick in the ass they needed last week. Winning a game with CJ Beathard at quarterback. Trevor gets a week to rest, and I think they may have rediscovered that, hey, if you play a little more conservatively on offense, turn the ball over less in the red zone, you can win games. If you settle for field goals, you can win games. So hopefully that rubs off this week and they can beat the Titans. Historically, though, the Titans have been the thorn in the Jags' side. They've often – there was a season when the Jags went 14-2, or they went undefeated against every team in the NFL except the Titans. They lost both games to the Titans, and then the Titans beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's also been some more recent games where it's been a lot of back and forth between these two. Titans are down bad this year, though, so I think it's a spot where the Jags kind of get a little redemption.
Titans don't have anything to play for.
Mhm.
So.
Nothing. It would be in their best interest.
And I think it's going to be Tannehill because I don't know, maybe Levis will be back, but I know Levis left the game with an injury.
Why would you have Will Levis out there? Just let him relax and get ready for next year.
Well, it's because he took on a tackle like head first instead of like sliding, and Mike Vrabel was like, "We showed this dude how to slide a bunch, and he doesn't do it. So maybe we'll show him a bunch of like video clips of quarterbacks getting totally wrecked by not sliding, and maybe that'll do it."
They just show him decapitation videos, like actual decapitation. Like, this is what happened.
ISIS chopping heads. Hey, this is what's gonna happen if you don't. I mean,
That's a
benching
threat.
him is a pretty good punishment.
Yeah, I don't think he got benched. I think he like hurt his ankle or knee or head. I don't know. But yeah,
Zipper,
yeah,
his button fly.
his mayonnaise coffee.
Then moving into the 4 o'clock window, the Cowboys at Commanders. I am taking the over in that game. Yeah, I just think they'll score more than 44 points. And then Matt, I think you have a pick in that game as well, right?
I hate it. Home dog plus 10. Dallas coming off a big win. Dallas does have something to play for, but they don't have a ton to play for. Don't know who Sam Howell's gonna play, not gonna play. Is it gonna be Jacoby Brissett? I have no fucking idea. But gotta do it. Washington, take the 13.5 and then cry when they lose by 14.
I actually love this situation so much. I wanted to bet the Cowboys here, but the spread's too big, and like you just gave all the reasons why you shouldn't bet the Cowboys here. So if you're gonna pick a side, I think you're on the right one, but I wouldn't bet it. I also want to point out that Andy has the most like square card imaginable this week. He's on 3 overs in the Dolphins.
The low overs and his home team.
Yep.
Yeah.
My system's not working. I'm trying something else. All right. No, these are all.
I'm sure you'll get this week too.
The spreadsheet. So.
Yeah.
All right. Kansas City at Los Angeles Chargers, future home of Bill Belichick. I'm going over 35.5 in this one as well. And then Al, what do you got?
Yeah, you're giving me the Chiefs and points in what's essentially probably going to be a Chiefs home game in LA. I'll take it. I don't know who is it. Still Henne that's their backup? No, Blaine Gabbert.
I'm hoping it's Chad Henne. I love my annual Chad Henne sighting.
I think
when
Henne
see him.
retired.
I think he did. Yeah, it looks. I'm just looking it up now. It looks like Blaine Gabbert will be getting the snaps here.
I
The
did not
Chargers.
know Blaine Gabbert was still in the league.
The Chargers aren't good. I mean, Easton Stick's had a couple starts now, so but I think they managed 6 points against the Broncos last week. So
yep.
I mean, I think this is this situation where the Chiefs need to figure things out, have a good defensive performance, good offensive performance, whether they're playing half their starters or more or less. I think they need some good juju going into the postseason. So I'll take.
I think
I'll
the
take
important
the points.
takeaway here is you should not watch one moment of this game unless it's on Red Zone. If you are like have this in your TV viewing area, just either throw your TV out the window or put on Red Zone because you got to do better than that. There's nothing to gain from watching this game.
All right, Al, you want to take us to the next one?
Yeah, you're on the over here too, Andy. I don't know. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lay 2.5 with the Raiders at home against the Broncos. I think the Broncos just got eliminated. We're working with Jarrett Stidham. But I do think the Raiders want to play well for Antonio Pierce. And I don't think anyone in the Broncos cares about playing well for Sean Payton. So
I like that play. I like it.
Yeah. All right, then we got the Eagles going into play the Giants. Danny, you got a pick here?
Eagles offense is kind of struggling. They've lost 4 or 5 or something.
yeah.
But it's going to be windy in New York, the Windy City. So I'm gonna go under.
Nice. Then Bears at Packers. Sunshine, what do you got for us?
So I'm taking Chicago +3. The reason being is the Bears have been eliminated, but I mean, not only like this is their neighboring state, it's their rival, it's whatever. They have the potential to knock the Packers out of playoff contention. So I think they have something to play for, in my opinion.
I think you're right. They hate each other. Bears and Packers fans really hate each other. And I think it would be like a Super Bowl, a playoff one, not a Super Bowl one, a playoff one for the Bears to eliminate them. They just got the number 1 pick in the draft because Carolina's so bad and they took Bryce Young. Things are looking up in Chicago. Question for you. If you're Chicago and you have the number 1 pick, what do you do with that? I mean, do you try to draft a quarterback? Do you try to trade the pick? I heard the rumor like that the Bears may trade the number 1 pick for Justin Herbert, which would be an interesting
You need to give up
concept.
both those picks.
Would you?
Yeah, I would think so. I wouldn't think anyone the Chargers would want to trade him, but who knows?
If they were fucking smart,
Probably more than both of those picks.
Take Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I don't know what the trade capital is. I've heard this rumor floating around. I just don't know what you would do in that situation.
So you could probably give up both of those picks and a first next year, and they would probably do that. But even that might not be enough. I mean, Herbert's like one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL.
Agreed.
I mean, I think, yeah. I think
They got Tua for that.
I think Fields showed improvement this year, and then he got hurt, and it kind of like derailed things for a little bit. And then when he came back, he kind of picked up where he left off. So I think he showed enough that I would have faith in giving him another year and, using those picks elsewhere. Maybe get him some help instead of, DJ Moore out there by himself, basically. And I don't know what their O-line situation is, but I would probably use those picks and maybe even trade that out of that one spot.
Yep.
And, if someone wants to trade up for it, try and get a few more picks. Like maybe that would get you to probably 2 first rounders or, 2. So you'd have 3 in total or 2 first rounders and 2 or whatever early second rounders. And you could really like revamp an offense or even both offense and defense with those picks. So that's what I would do if I was Bears, probably hang on the Fields, give him another year. Unless there was a right offer that came by.
They should probably trade Fields and Moore to the Atlanta Falcons and get Bijan Robinson, Ritter, Hinkie, and whoever else. I don't care. Kyle Pitts, take him.
Would you trade Younghoe Koo? He wins a lot of games.
No. That's the one I will not get rid of.
Absolutely no. Hard no.
Yeah, I'm with Al. I think if you can find a trade partner, you trade back just a couple of spots, pick up some extra picks, get some guys to help Fields, maybe Marvin Harrison Jr., maybe a lineman, and because if Fields is really bad, you'll have a high pick again next year, and whoever you pick next year will have some weapons.
Some dumbass owner, maybe Carolina, but not Carolina because they already did this, will come up there and be like, hey, I will trade from 5 to 1 and I'll give you next year's first round pick. And if you get that deal, you have to take it every time.
Yep.
I will say there's never been a more desirable time with there's a lot of good quarterbacks, right? This is the last good year. Next year is going to be dog shit for college kids coming out as far as quarterbacks. This year, there's a lot of good options. So if you want a Drake May, he's going to be there. Or a Caleb Williams will be there. Or kid from LSU, Daniels, will be there.
Cam Ward.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Cam Ward.
Unfortunately.
I don't think Cam Ward's in that same conversation, but I do.
No, he's not.
I do think.
I think that's a jab at you too.
Here's my hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaden Daniels ended up being QB1.
I wouldn't be surprised if some bullshit Cam Ward makes him QB1. The NFL fucking scouts always just outsmart themselves.
Yeah, well, I just think when you look at Caleb Williams' season and Drake May's seasons, neither of those were really like, impressive. Where it's like, oh, this is definitely like the number 1 pick. There are probably some teams that view them that way, but I think Jaden Daniels just showed like we haven't had like a 2-way like a passing running quarterback that's as dynamic as he is probably since Vic, right?
Justin Fields.
Yeah,
There have been some, but not like that. Maybe Kyler, but
Lamar Jackson. Yeah, all of
Jameis
these guys.
Winston.
Yeah.
Hello.
Not Jameis.
Lamar wasn't a great passer. He wasn't putting up these passing numbers that Jaden Daniels did this year. Like this is an exceptionally good year from Jaden Daniels. I mean, he's the fucking Heisman winner.
Lamar Jackson
So,
put
yes,
up really good numbers.
Passing numbers?
You're probably right. It's probably Lamar, but I will say I just feel like Lamar uses it differently. Like they don't like his legs aren't part of the offense. It's like he's always looking to pass, and then he can. Oh, by the way, I can like just break this for like 40 yards if I wanted to. You know, rather than it being like a scheme thing where like they're encouraging him to run. But I mean, I do
Lamar
think that MVP year of his was more a good example of this.
Lamar did have 3,390 yards passing, which is very good, and 1,500 yards rushing, and his Heisman level season at Louisville. But the completion percentage ain't Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is remarkable.
Jaden Daniels he's legitimately good, and I'm not saying that being full of shit with most everything that I say.
Yeah, I mean he's good, but he also like wasn't good. You know, for like 3 or 4 years of his college career.
He was pretty good last year at Arizona State.
That doesn't mean that somebody can't like blossom. You know?
Yeah, it's hilarious that Arizona State was like, "See ya, don't let the door hit you on the way out." And
you guys saw those videos, right? Of the Arizona State, those videos that leaked last week, where Arizona State were like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You stink, anyways." Jaden Daniels, the players.
Yikes.
Holy
no, I think Danny has a point though, because I
think the overwhelming talent clearly always succeeds in its first place, like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, exactly. Joe Burrow's just part of the system at LSU. Look at Jaden Daniels; he's totally different.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors, he'll have a chance if he is drafted by Chicago #1. You'll get a chance to throw to Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
and that would be awesome because that connection clearly works. That dude is awesome as well.
Yeah,
I just know that they're gonna like EJ Manuel this. You know?
Yeah, man. I guess
you go for a very handsome, smart, dedicated, great broadcaster, because that is what I would love.
And the jabs are flying tonight.
They're gonna Sam Bradford this shit.
I will say the Bears absolutely will not follow Justin Fields with Jaden Daniels. So like it won't be the Bears taking him back. Yeah, but yeah.
No, that'd be Caleb Williams. The elite level passers.
You know damn right the Chicago Bears are gonna trade for they're gonna give us Justin Fields so that they can get somebody else.
Young Mike straight up.
Yeah.
Who says no?
The points equal out. The points equal out.
They do.
All right. Speaking of people who went to a second place to succeed, Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks are going to play the Arizona Cardinals. Al, what do you got for us?
Yeah, lay the 3 with the Seahawks. They have a playoff spot riding on this line or on this game in theory. Cardinals don't. Cardinals just got a big win against the Eagles. That was their Super Bowl. They're taking this week off. This is like a super no-brainer. Lay the 3 with the Seahawks.
How about those Cardinals beating the Cowboys and Eagles this year?
Dude,
I almost said, division opponents. It's tough, but that was the old NFC East when there were 5 teams.
Yeah.
I love when Arizona was in the NFC East. Classic. So stupid.
All right, and then rounding out the 425 games, we've got the Rams playing the 49ers. Matt, I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, San Francisco has nothing to play for. They are locked into the #1 spot. You saw that Brock Purdy needs to get healthy, so you will not see that. You will see the Lego fireman that is Sam Darnold out there slinging the ball around.
Lego fireman.
Gross.
Good. So good.
That's a Levitard joke. That is
helmet head.
Good day Levitard joke. But you will also see an LA team that's playing pretty fucking well right now. They're probably one of the hottest teams in the NFC. They've been rolling along. I do not think they have anything else to play for at this point. I think they are pretty much locked into the #6 seed. Al, I don't know if you know better than this, but
they locked up a playoff spot, but they can be the 6 or the 7.
Okay, so maybe they will play. Either way, because San Francisco should be resting everyone, Rams plus 3.5. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Actually, I think that's a very good point that you just mentioned because I'm also with you, Rams plus 3.5. But I do think that there's potential. I don't know where Stafford's health is. I think he's banged up like he always is this time of year. But if the Rams end up sitting him, oh God, they would not cover this number against the 49ers as like third stringers. So
Is it John Wofford?
Yeah,
Backup?
yeah, who went to my wife's high school here in Jacksonville. So he's not good.
There's always a John Wofford. There's always a John Wofford in the NFL.
So here's my advice. This is like my pick as a caveat. Take the Rams plus 3.5. Do it now. If there is word that Stafford is not playing, cash out that bet early or hedge by betting the other side of it and just eat the juice. That's my play.
Juice.
I mean, that number is going to move if Stafford's not playing. It's going to be hard to base
Well,
out of
I'm
that.
trying not to get middled, but
You're going to have to lay 7 with the 49ers at that point.
I think you'd probably still be plenty safe.
Yeah, maybe. All right, and then finishing out the week, this is gross. This does not feel good. I'm not happy about this. Flexed into Sunday night, the Buffalo Bills are playing the Miami Dolphins. The spreadsheet says that I have to do it, but I hate this so much. Danny, you want to go first?
Yeah, my spreadsheets told me to make this pick. I'm not a homer at all.
What's the pick?
All right.
Miami plus 3.
Okay.
And all
Guys,
3 of the
why are you
Dolphins
even-
fans are on this.
Why are you even worried about it? A, I don't bet the Dolphins very often. B, this is a perfect get right spot. Buffalo has been on a heater. Yeah, okay. Well, it'll do them no good to keep winning into the playoffs. Everyone knows this. You need that hard luck of getting into the playoffs. And the Dolphins had it last week. They did not look very good against the Ravens. This is a great spot where the Bills look fine. The Dolphins look bad. The Dolphins will have something to play for. Plus 3 is a great spot. I actually like the Dolphins on the money line here, and I'll probably bet that personally, but I think the Dolphins win this game.
You know they're getting the script has Kansas City in the 2 seed, right? So we're probably going to end up losing.
Well, I'll say this. What's going to be really interesting is that we'll know what the actual stakes are on this game by the time it kicks off, because there's a scenario where the Bills are either the 2 seed with a win or out of the playoffs entirely with a loss.
Yeah.
So
There's also a scenario where we beat the Bills and then play them in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, I hate that scenario. I don't want to win if that's a scenario because that we're guaranteed loss in. That's going to be a game. I don't want that one.
yeah,
So let's go through the Bills scenarios really quick. The Bills can win and win the division, but if the Bills tie, they're in a playoff, or they need Pittsburgh to lose, or a Jacksonville to lose, or a Houston Indianapolis tie. So they have a good chance of getting in, but there is a very likely chance. I hope that they're in already, so we can put this baby to bed and then just enjoy a fun matchup for a 2 seed. Not a either they get the 2 seed or they go home scenario. That would be the first.
yeah. I think all you really need is the Steelers to win. If the Steelers win, then it's a in or out for the Bills.
I don't want the Steelers to win at all. Oh, I want the Steelers to lose, and then Buffalo's in.
Matt, isn't your like uncle and family like huge Steeler fans?
Yeah, I have Steelers fans. Baby, I'm looking out for me.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck them. I'm trying to enjoy a home game. You know how many playoff home games I've gotten? Fucking none.
Hey,
In a
man,
long ass
I'm a
time.
Falcons fan. I don't even know what home games are.
Matt,
Dolphins had a home game when Ed Reed Reeded us with the Ravens.
Oh man,
Chad
you guys had a
Pennington,
home game one time? That's crazy.
Chad Pennington's arm fell off.
Oh
2008
shit, that's
Where
crazy.
Matt Castle was the quarterback for the Patriots. Oh,
Did you
Tom
guys just
Brady.
talk about Matt Castle and Chad Pennington like in the same sentence?
2008? Glorious
We're
year.
so old.
I'm gonna try and convince you to root for the Steelers here, okay? Because if the Steelers win and you beat the Bills, you host the Steelers in the playoffs. If the Steelers win and the Bills win, you go to Kansas City.
Oh, I don't want to go to Kansas City. I mean, I don't. care.
But really, it doesn't matter if the Steelers win. If you lose, you go to Kansas City, unless they
Matt, who's
also
the
win.
uncle?
No,
Who's
this
your
Kansas City's
uncle?
going to win.
My Uncle Greg?
Yeah, I'm all about Uncle Greg on this. I'm with Uncle Greg on this. Steelers gonna win. Let's fucking ride. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, let's go. All right, let's go. I'm sure I will.
You want to feel
I don't
really
know
old?
who's
Peyton
the-
Manning was drafted 25 years ago. Sorry.
That doesn't feel that old. He's really old.
His draft years are old enough to rent a car.
So Matt, remember
Chris,
at the beginning of this
as the new as the new Steelers fan, you need the Steelers to win and the Bills to lose, or the Jags to lose, or a tie in Houston, Indianapolis.
Hey man,
Just
let me tell you
remember
something. As a new Steelers fan, I like my odds.
Okay,
All good luck
okay.
over here, baby. Good vibes going on. Let's do it.
No, there hasn't been a tie all season.
It's a juicy Week 18 option.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Is
is
that
that like a prop?
I
That there's a
bet it
tie
is.
this week? You should bet it.
Hey, listen.
Sorry,
as
Andy, what
all
were you
as
saying?
5 of us can agree that the SEC was robbed of a fucking national championship.
Honestly, it's like
Okay.
nothing ever goes Bama's way.
Yeah. Georgia's
Poor
the best
guys,
team in the
these
country.
poor
I'm going to
guys.
put that out there.
Georgia,
That
putting their
team-
hearts out there.
That team's the best team in the country. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Sorry, Andy, what were you saying?
No, it was, at the beginning of the podcast when we were talking about like face painting, and I was talking about the only thing that makes me sadder than my team losing is walking home after they lose with the face paint. Add into that I've now bet Miami +3. Like I'm gonna be the saddest clown in all of South Florida.
At least you're dressed appropriately. No.
I just worry. Like we have so many injuries.
Yeah.
McDaniels today said that he doesn't think X is gonna play. I don't think Jerome Baker is going to be back. Chubb is out for the year now. Jalen Phillips is out for the year.
Yeah, that
Like,
sucked.
our defense is decimated. So.
I don't want to see Eli
Too.
Apple. I don't want to see Eli Apple ever again. I think I can't believe he keeps getting jobs. Sorry, this is a conversation for another day. I just don't know how many times I can make the joke about how bad Eli Apple is, and he always gets worse. He always gets worse. It's amazing.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
fucking past
Andy,
Flowers.
how many players have you guys had opt out for the Buffalo Bills bowl game?
Almost as many as Florida State at this point. Almost.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a good place to wrap this up. Does anybody have any Chucky bets before we go?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Houston +1. Houston. Let's go Texas.
+1.
Seattle
Matt?
-3.
Houston. I think Houston +1's a solid one.
Sorry, Al. What was that?
Seattle -3.
Okay.
Eagles Giants under 41.5.
All right. Sunshine, you got one?
Well, I'm gonna do the Houston -1.5. I think they're a solid team. Or wait, Houston +1. Sorry.
All right, and then I'm gonna go with my fight with Sunshine over 39 in Cleveland, Cincinnati. All right.
Yucky. That game, that penalty is yucky. I don't like that.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully, we can end this season on a high note. And good night, Cap.
Good night. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Best podcast of the year so far.